But what I can say about putting out this book is that it is the single most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life or career. And ultimately, you can't write a book for the reaction. You know, you do it because you know that it's purposeful work. You know, you write it for one person,
right,
to be affected, to feel it, to need it, and just to receive it, and to know that it has affected so many young Black women and women of all ages, men showing up at my bookstore stops, and it's just overwhelming, and it's just like the gift that keeps on giving. It's about creating space for other people's voices. As a journalist, that's what I've done for a decade, is to identify and amplify voices that are worthy of being heard. It's the book I wish that I had, but it's also the book that I wish that I could have handed off to all the young Black women who have come up to me and been like, how did you do it? Or what can you tell me about how I can do it?
Right.
And it's like, you never have enough time, you know, or like Instagram's not the place.
That's sure not.
You know, and so to be able to just long form be like, here's what you need to know. You know, there are certain things that just feel like you are in your own strength and you are just trying to push this boulder up a hill, and it just feels like every element is working against you. And then there's some times where you just feel like you were just tapped and you were anointed, and like the crowds parted and you're able just to walk in your purpose.
Yeah.
And this was one of those processes. I don't care what anyone says, not even my insecurities. For me, this is a testimony.
Yes.
This is a memoir, this is a testimony. This is the story I have to tell right now. And he just goes, dude, isn't that something like old white dudes do?
Oh my God. Dang, bro.
Afterwards, I realized, you know what? That's the patriarchy talking.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm writing this book. And guess what? I told him, I said, I'm not writing the book for you. You don't have to get it. The community that's going to build around this book, we are collectively going to change the mindset that those men, that the people who are affected by those patriarchal thoughts that are actually outdated, they're going to be proven wrong in time by all of us who do get it. I've always been one of few or one of the only Black women or people in the room. What we do is we learned very early to get comfortable being uncomfortable. We learn how to navigate two worlds that are divergent, and we learn how to be fluent in both. I felt like I had to outperform everyone. I had to be excellent in order to even have half the respect. Feeling like I was, as the token Black hire, I represent all Black folks, and I can't let a ball drop, because then the next Black woman won't be favorably considered. There was a big turning point for me when I got my first big promotion and it landed in the headlines next to my race. Elaine Welteroth becomes first Black beauty director in Condé Nast 100 and whatever year history. So I learned in the headlines that I went from being just a Black girl to a Black girl who made history. I was now suddenly in a position where I was expected to speak like an expert on diversity and inclusion.
I don't like that there is like an expectation that we have to all know about diversity and inclusion immediately as soon as we're put in these spaces, when we just got here through just working.
It doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like,
Right.
We all need to be educated on how to talk about race responsibly and sensitively.
And we're the first generation, I feel like, to dream in real time and actually stay up to date with everything. Like that's why your book is important, because everyone needs to know, how do you do it? Because I see you every single day doing it. How do you get into that life?
And as a journalist, I am at my core a truth teller. So when I started to feel like I am being squeezed into a narrative that is serving something else other than the truth, I can't participate. I need to create my own platform where I can tell the truth.
Yes.